Burnleys anymore. Oh! Rovers FC, fucking it. Let's go! Je mam żenia, nie nadziemam, nie ręce bret, jebe, let's go! Jebe, let's go! Je mam żenia, nie nadziemam, nie ręce bret, jebe, let's go! Clarence and Burke! We hate those bastards in Clarence and Burke! Rovers FC, fuck it, Burnley. Rovers FC, fuck it, Burnley. Chlamydia, she's got chlamydia, she's got chlamydia, she's got chlamydia. Hey, Burnley bastards till my dying day, and it's lonely, never no more. So in play, Burnley bastards, never no more. Shit! Burnley bastards, swats and cunts, stinking bastards! She's got chlamydia, she's got chlamydia, she's got chlamydia, she's got chlamydia. Good night, Burnley! Blackburn Rovers FC! Fucking Burnley! Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Rovers FC! Fucking Burnley! Bastards in Clarence and Blue! Chin-chilly! We hate those bastards in Clarence and Blue! I wanna go home! Burnley's a shithole! I wanna go home!
Turning round now.
Hey!
Fix it right there.
Catching Black Castle on my throat! I fly over Burnley tomorrow! Shit on the
Bastards below! Boom!
Shit
on! Shit on! Shit on the bastards below! Boom! Shit on! Shit on! Shit on the bastards below! Boom! You fat bastard! You fat bastard! You fat bastard!
If you stand there and you were like that, you're asking for it.
I wanna go home! I wanna go home! I wanna go home! Burnley's a shithole! I wanna go home! Hey! AFC! Blackburn Rovers! That's the free! They're the bastards! They're the bastards! Okay, no bloke! Fire! Osprey. Hey! Uncle Jack! Uncle Jack! We go when we're in promotion. This is what we're saying. Well, Rovers, well, Rovers. Yeah.
Nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
Scotty. Oh, Thomas Kaminski! Oh, Thomas Kaminski! Who is he? Goes by the name of John Buckley.
Can you set off it when?
Well, they say you don't forget your first, and that was my first time to Turdmore, and yeah, I hope I do. That's all I'm gonna say. Just absolutely embarrassing, to be honest with you. Like so many times this season, we've gone absolutely missing in away games. We're far too inconsistent away. You know, at home you get kind of what you expect, but away it's a coin flip really, which Rovers side is gonna turn out, unfortunately. And this was the Rovers side that, you know, turned out against Coventry, turned out against Wigan, very much the Rovers side that turned out against Sheffield United. Just absolutely outclassed, and was very much the same tactics from that day, to be honest, and ended in the same scoreline, 3-0. Yeah, I mean, the only tactic I could see from him today, you know, he was saying, Thompson, we're going to go there, we're going to be brave, confident, this, that and the other. We weren't that at all. It looked like we'd gone there to shithouse a 0-0, I'll be honest. You know, the midfield, Smodic wasn't available. What really killed us in the midfield today, because you had Travis and Garrett in there who were far too similar. So I'm not, you know, obviously that doesn't make any excuses, because even if Smodic had played today, you know, I still can't see the result of going in our favour. We were that shit. But that really didn't help. You know, you kind of looked at the game and thought, is this sort of a game for Garrett? You know, that a bit of steel he has about him. But he went missing in the first half. Should have been pulled at half time, if you ask me. Got Buckley on because it was obvious what were coming. They were knocking at the door the entire first half. We fashioned absolutely nothing. Then the second half, we fashioned a shot right at the beginning of that half, come out looking decent. And then after that, shit just hits the fan. And we just could not get out for the life of us. You know, the most threatening we looked was actually at the end of the first half, when Ayala just punts the ball up. Bellis brings it down, shits himself, and Diaz nearly takes it off his feet and is nearly through on goal, 1-on-1. But he got away with one there for sure. But today, we should have changed the tactics up. We should have gone more direct. We shouldn't have tried to play out away at Burnley, who were on top of us. You know, obviously their crowd were getting behind them, especially in the second half. In the first half, they were quite quiet, to be honest. Our fans were loud and were keeping them quiet. But the second half was the exact opposite. Just more of the same from Rovers, and it just completely killed the atmosphere for the fans, because there was absolutely nothing to cheer about, to be honest with you. So, yeah, I mean, Mauler, you know, had a good game apparently against West Ham, but do you chuck someone who's never played a championship game into his life into the Lions' Den away at Turf Moor? You don't. I couldn't understand not giving Scott Wharton the nod. I know he was poor against Coventry in particular. He must have given the ball away 10 times that day. But for a boyhood Rovers fan, you know, to be snuffed out by someone who's come in and had a good League Cup game, that was his first full game of the season. It just seemed farcical to me. And the last 20 minutes of the game, he was absolutely awful, Mola. The amount of times he slid in and just got absolutely done. It must have been about 5 times where he overcommits and just gets his pants pulled down, essentially. The third goal is exactly that. Comes flying in, completely misses, and it's easy then. You can't do that at this level. And he completely lost his head, was trying to get stuck in, and maybe frustration, but embarrassing, to be honest. Schoolboy stuff, and yeah, he shouldn't be starting over Wharton again from what I've seen today anyway, no matter how good he was against West Ham. Garrett, like I've mentioned, too similar in that midfield. I think we would have been much better served starting Buckley or Adam Wharton, who weren't even on the bench today. But yeah, far too similar in that midfield, if you ask me. I think Wharton and Travis has been a good combination this season. We've seen that, and we just had absolutely nothing to even get out of our own half. It was pass round the back. As soon as it gets to midfield, lose it. Or we'd spread it wide to Diaz and, you know, just hope he can do something. But it become predictable at that point. They were doubling up on him. He couldn't do anything. And yeah, I mean, what more can be said? Absolutely deserve that result, Burnley. Fair play to you lot. Like I said, we just didn't show up today at all, and you've probably sat here wondering how the fuck are we even in third spot rather. And to be honest, I scratch my head when I look at these away days. You know, I went to Coventry. The few hundred of us were there because you know they were only there. Only sold the tickets a day before the bloody game, and I sat there, and you do question it. But this is a season of transition ultimately. And I think it's to be expected that we are going to have days like this, unfortunately, when half the players on the pitch aren't JDT signings. You know, how many academy players are featuring in these games who shouldn't even really be near this team, realistically. So there's just so many players who aren't going to fit his mould. I look at players like Travis, I look at players like Ayala. I just don't think they suit this passing out system. They just look like fish out of water, frankly. And Britain as well, being forced into the left wing back spot, just isn't for me either. It just makes it so predictable, easy to defend against. It's the exact same against Coventry. You know, he had a good game against Sunderland. I'll give him that, and he was in the left wing back spot that day. But for me, it should have just been Pickering and Britain, and then that's a bit too defensive of a team at that point, which I agree it would have been, you take Carrot out and you put an Adam Wharton in, or you put a Buckley in who's going to give us that creativity in midfield, but you've got the extra defensive cover of Pickering, you know, or even put Hedges in there if you're really wanting to play the 5-3-2, or just go with a 4-3-3. Seeing as we were supposed to be going there today being brave and confident, and it was anything but. We went there going for a 0-0, and I think the team, I think the formation sums that up, to be honest. And yeah, gutting, but I'm just hoping we give him a good game at Ewood. I can't see a world where we don't. We've got the best home record in the league. I'm not sure if that's actually true now. Burnley may have a better one than us after today's result, but it definitely was the best before today anyway. You know, we've played 10 games at home, something like that, won 8 of them. You know, we will give them a game at home. Like I said, today was always a case of which away Rovers is going to turn up. Is it going to be the Hull City Rovers? Is it going to be the Swansea Rovers, or was it going to be the Sheffield United Rovers, the Coventry away Rovers, the Wigan away Rovers? And it was answered, unfortunately. So yeah, let's just hope we have the last laugh later in the season, and let's hope we're both still up. Well, let's hope Rovers are still up there fighting for at least a playoff spot, if not an automatic spot. Obviously, there was a lot riding on today and added even more tension and spice to the game than the roadie is. You know, I'm sure Burnley will be up there. I don't see a world where they fall off, to be honest. But let's hope this isn't a catalyst for things spiralling out of control, because this really could send Rovers off the rails. A result like this, with it being Burnley, you know, we bounced back with Sheffield United, managed to sort our shit out, and to be honest, you know, third in the league going into this World Cup break, I don't think anyone would have predicted that. So, as bad as today was, as embarrassing it was, as gutless and spineless as it was, let's not overreact. We're third with a shoestring budget, loads of academy players in the team. This is meant to be a year of transition. Like I said, we're going to have days like this where he's trying to get his passing style, passing out the back through. And as we've seen today, we're clearly not the finished product yet with that, because all the goals really came from our own demise other than the first one. So, yeah, I think, like I said, days like these are going to be expected, but let's just hope when it comes to Ewood, we're the ones controlling the ball, we're the ones putting them under. We don't allow Burnley to play their style of football that they want to play against us. And we give them a good game and show them that we're a decent side, which we know we are. So yeah, that's all, guys. Make sure to leave a like, leave a comment. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a few of those, to be fair, from those in claret and blue. And yeah, make sure to subscribe for more. Let's just hope we can bounce back against the Nobbers at home. That would go a long way in healing some of the relationship between the team and the fans, because unfortunately too many performances like this now where we just may as well not show up. We didn't show up today, and yeah, it's one too many times now, but transition season to be expected. So yeah, cheers for watching, guys, and yeah, let's hope the next vlog I do, which will be Preston at home, is a nicer one.